All right, so this is gonna be a quickie, because your boy got to eat his veggie tables. So I've already watched the direct. I just got done watching it with a friend here on campus actually, and so I was just gonna talk about the highlights a little bit because I didn't want to make a whole like reaction video considering it was estimated to be like 50 minutes long. Because then I would do like a thoughts and impressions video too, so to have a 50-minute long reaction video and then probably a long video too about thoughts and impressions just didn't really seem cool. So we're just going to talk about the highlights here. Wow, I love how they licensed Splatoon as the game that they were playing for this, which is pretty bad to think about. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So the direct started off with the Smash reveal. We all knew we were going to get a new Smash character. Personally, I thought we were getting like a Xenoblade crossover game, or not crossover, a Xenoblade spin-off game or something, but instead we got Mythra and Pyra for Smash, and they seem to be able to transition between each other, like Samus and Z-Suit in Brawl, and Sheik and Zelda in Melee, right? It's good stuff. Or Brawl, whatever. And so, it's really cool because it's always been a really cool character concept that they used, and for obvious reasons they got rid of it because all four of those characters' movesets are just like super diverse from each other. So that was one reason. You know, if you just make them separate characters, then you give all four characters a new down B, right? It just works out better for those characters as individuals. The second reason is because the transitioning themselves took like ages to do, and the third reason I believe as well is I don't think the 3DS could handle the transformation sequences, similar to how the 3DS couldn't handle Ice Climbers. That's why they were cut from Smash 4. I don't think the 3DS could handle transition stuff. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, but I do remember hearing that somewhere. So then they were just like, yeah, we'll just make them split characters anyways. But yeah, so we have Pyra and Mythra, who seem to act kind of like within a similar idea of not only like old Samus, Z-Suit, old Sheik, and Zelda, but also kind of like what the original idea was with Diddy and Dixie Kong in Brawl as well, being the fact that they were two characters that acted as one, so kind of like Ice Climbers, but that you kind of tag them in and out in a sense. I'm gonna eat some of my veggies. So I'm all for it. I mean, I'm more of the personal belief that they should have been in the base game. I think more people would have liked that than they would have liked Incineroar, to be completely honest. Especially given too that Sakurai said in that one direct, I think it was the one right before the game came out, the Smash Ultimate came out, where he was like, yeah, we would have included Rex / a Xenoblade rep had we had time, but we didn't. So instead we made this Mii costume instead. So it's just like, okay, like, this is something you wanted to do before anyways. Why not, like, why didn't you just do it, you know? But that's whatever. Then we got Fall Guys, which is fine, because, like, Fall Guys is still a relatively new game. Like, it's roughly, I think, a year old. And then, you know, with quarantine still being a thing, it's good. And then, yeah, it just kind of goes downhill from here. We got the Famicom Detective Club games, which is pretty cool. We got Mana, Legend of Mana, I think is what it's called. That coming, which is cool. They showed a new trailer for Rise, a bunch of new monsters. Then we got a new Mario Golf game, right? A Mario Golf game, not like a Mario Sports game. I would have liked a Mario Sports game, you know, like have a bunch of sports in one, like Sports Mix or whatever. And then we got a bunch of, I believe it's Capcom, a bunch of Capcom arcade games, I think is what it was. So like Street Fighter 2, stuff like that. So yeah, Capcom Arcade Stadium. There's this game, Neon White looks cool, but it also looks like it's trying to be too cool, you know what I mean? And then they spent so much time on this game. Okay, I have a question. So this game is obviously made for 6-7-year-old girls, right? In like kindergarten, right? So sure, I'm all for that. Like, kids or games for kids is awesome, right? I played games when I was a kid, right? But why is it featured in a Nintendo Direct? What 6-year-old girl is going to be watching this? Like, I understand if you need to promote your game. That's what television's for. That's what commercials are for. Like, that's how you do it. Or like ads on YouTube, right? This is just... I have never understood this idea of games made for people who aren't going to see the commercial for the game of which you have made. But whatever, right? So they have that, and then this game, the Plants vs. Zombie thing is cool. I've always admired Plants vs. Zombies, but I've always admired it like the original style of the games, you know? Kind of like a miniature tactical RPG. But I have liked the brand, you know, just kind of seeing what they can explore with it. And so I do like what they did. They made like this, you know, competitive shooter, 4v4 kind of thing, which is nice. Miitopia re-release with new content is cool. Animal Crossing stuff for Mario Anniversary is cool. I don't know why they talked about this. I wasn't listening. This is really cool. So we got like a tactical RPG successor to Octopath. They're calling it the Triangle something. Triangle Strategy. Project Triangle Strategy, working title. I'm not a fan of that title. Like, Octopath Traveler just like rolls off the tongue. It's really cool. Triangle Strategy, that just sounds like rock, paper, scissors. Like, I'm not into that. Octopath, like you have a path into 8 things, and Traveler, you have eight different traveling paths. I like that. That name has cool implications with it. This is just rock, paper, scissors, and I'm not a fan of the name. I hope they change it. But I'm all for it. It's Square Enix. It's the same team, presumably, that made Octopath, so it's the Bravely Default team. I'm all for it. It's a tactical RPG too. I like tactical RPGs. I haven't played a whole lot of them. I've played Awakening, I've played Three Houses, I've played Mario and Rabbids, and that's probably it. So I like it. There's just not a whole lot of games that appeal to me within that genre, aside from like Fire Emblem, right? And even with Fire Emblem, it's very exclusive. So I'm all for Triangle Strategy. They also spend a lot of time talking about Triangle Strategy. See, look, we got it. 57.5 minutes. And they go on 5 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, yeah, and there's a demo for it. So I'm definitely getting the demo, playing that. And then they had this thing. This is a really weird thing, because, like, you know, these characters were, like, being interviewed. As if, like, they were going to be, like... Oh, yeah, we got that Star Wars Hunters thing. That looked cool. But yeah, these characters, it almost made me think that it was, like, a new, like... fighting game, or maybe a racing game of this developer's IPs. But no, it's a ball. It's like a sports game. It's like a sports Ninjala Splatoon kind of deal. You know, like you have these specific arenas and they play like dodgeball. But it's not even these characters playing. It's these characters. It's like if Mario was controlling a Mii and the Mii was playing dodgeball. Like, just have Mario play dodgeball. Don't show me Mario playing dodgeball. Just have Mario play dodgeball, right? Like, that's what they did with Smash Brothers, or yeah, that's what they did in Smash 4 with the Mii Fighters. They actually had Reggie Fils-Aimé and Satoru Iwata be the Miis. Like, that's what was so cool about it, right? Anyway, so then we got this new, like, Danganronpa thing. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we got this new game similar to that genre. Hades physical release that comes with an art book and digital download soundtrack for PC is great. Really cool. And then, oh yeah, Age of Calamity DLC. That's cool. Bravely Default 2. Okay, so this was an announcement of a trailer. And the trailer is the final trailer announcing the game that's coming out next week. Like, we know the game is coming out next week. It's been in development. It's been TBD on the eShop for like 2 years now. We know it's coming out. You don't really have to... For a game that comes out within a week, I don't think you really need to go through the expense of telling us about it. Unless, like, you just haven't told us about it more than twice. we've heard of Bravely Default 2 multiple times. And then we got this this Squeenix game that they are, yeah, Saga Frontier remastered. So they're remastering it, but they're also adding in quite a significant amount of content, because it's supposed to, this was like the game, this was like the precursor to Octopath, like way before Octopath was ever thought of. This was like a precursor to it, from what I understand. Like, you could play as like 8 different characters with their own rules, or not rules, storylines and stuff. So what they're doing is they added a new character to play as, and then they added a new prologue or whatever to one of the existing characters, which is cool. Apex Legends is so late. When did Apex come out? I type in release date, it'll probably just give me the thing. Oh, it was only 2 years ago. Okay. No, it felt like so much longer than that. But yeah, 2 years. Like, Apex was made to kind of like do away with Fortnite and Overwatch. And it failed miserably, at least in regards to Fortnite. Like, Overwatch, most people play either or, right? But generally speaking, Overwatch is typically the game that's played more than Apex. And then, like, in order to get people to play the game, they're like, we're doing this, and double XP, and that, and yada yada yada. So it's like, they clearly want people to play it on the Switch, because they know no one else is playing it on the Switch. Like, it's on the PC for a reason. Or it's mostly played on PC for a reason. I know it's on the PS4. Okay, and then they made an announcement saying we won't have information about Breath of the Wild 2. That's fine. Like, I don't think they were going to tell us about it, because they gave us information on Age of Calamity DLC. Which tells me, because as soon as I saw the Age of Calamity DLC, I was like, ah, okay, they've been working on DLC for Age of Calamity. We probably won't get Breath of the Wild 2 information, because they've been working on Age of Calamity DLC. So wasting time to do this was kind of pointless. And then, we all know what Skyward Sword is. You don't have to tell us that it was the last game released on a home console before Breath of the Wild. We know that. It's the only home console Zelda game to not be remastered or re-released yet, right? Or HDified, right? Like, we get it. And then, how long did they spend on this? How long did they spend? Okay, so 12... Okay, so... Yeah, so 12 minutes going into... They spent over 3 minutes explaining what a high-definition port was about this game. We didn't need that. We didn't need that. And then Splatoon 3 is cool, but like... Okay. Prime 4, Bayonetta 3, Prime Trilogy, any new innovative Mario thing, any new innovative Kirby thing, any new innovative Star Fox thing. Like, they're letting their franchises die. And like, I'm happy for the developers of Splatoon. The fact that they get to make a new game and show it off, cool. But like, what about everything else? Like, Pikmin 4, like all these other games, like, does Nintendo even care? Like, I'm so confused. Like, it's sad, because it's just like, we didn't need, or like Mario Kart 9, you know, like, there's just so many games that they could have shown off, could have done something with. And like, and the other thing too is like, this is a direct that has been 530 some days in the making. And like, I only mentioned the highlights. Like, okay, Pyra and Mithra and Smash. For me, Rock, Paper, Scissors, the tactical RPG. Skyward Sword, I guess. Oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden was cool. I'm gonna get Ninja Gaiden. But I'm not listing it. So, Triangle Strategy, Pyra and Mithra, and... Oh yeah, No More Heroes 3 was cool. Yeah, like that's it. Those were like the only 2 takeaways for me. I mean, Fall Guys is cool, but yeah, Fall Guys. So, it's just like, to be 530 days in the making. And like a lot of these other games that they showed off just like didn't really matter. Like the Supergirl Batgirl thing is just a lot of the indies they showed were weird. Like they really needed to go all out. Like we needed stuff from Nintendo. Confirmations, trailers. We didn't need release dates. We didn't need actual like, hey, this comes out tomorrow. Just give us trailers, dude. 530 days in the making. Yeah, not the best. I give it a 5.5 to a 6 out of 10 at absolute best. Yeah, that was just my 2 cents. I figured I'd throw this out there. But yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching. This is Jake logging out. I will probably make another video at some point. College is trippy, y'all. So, anyways, peace.